Stop the mother mold, save the future? Interesting. Hello and welcome to a SmurfP video, and today we are looking at House of X issue 3 of 6, and on the cover it looks like a mother mold or master mold or just Sentinel, and here we have a group of X-Men that are going to save the world. So inside we got the usual statement, "You make me so proud, Professor X." And here we have the lovely glowy opening cover, "Once more unto the breach." And then we have Jonathan Hickman, the writer, Pepe Larraz, the artist, etc., etc., and all the other people that are involved with making this happen. So pretty much it begins with Scott telling Magneto and Professor X and that he's assembled a group, a team for the mission, and they understand and they embrace it. And Professor X says, "You know, such a brave face, but I can see the fear in you," which I found kind of odd because I've never known him to be fearful when it comes to a mission. It has to happen, sort of thing. So I find that a bit off, a bit condescending to how Scott grew over the last sort of, especially in the 2000s decade. You know, he really grew and led them to Utopia before it all fell apart. And he says, you know, "Is that so wrong?" And they said, "No, it's fine. You know, you've always been kind of like this, and you make me proud, and I won't allow you to die," sort of thing. So it's quite interesting. So Scott comes to the X-Men, which is an interesting bunch, and he tells them the mission, which is to go and destroy a mother mold, which is being built in the orbit of the sun, which we saw in the first issue. And this team: Mystique, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, M, Archangel, Paige, Husk, aka Husk, and you got Wolverine. And he says that we're not going to take any plants with us because we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. So they're like, "Why?" And M explains, if we succeed, it's fine, but if we fail, they may get here, they may find out what we're doing, and they could destroy us. Hence the plan. And then they talk about humans, etc., and who's there. Innocent civilians, and Wolverine says they're trying to exterminate us Slim, so they're not really innocent. And off they go, and we finally, I don't think we've seen this before, we finally see where their nation is. It's on the damn moon, which is awesome. Freaking awesome. I like the little X there as well. That's pretty cool. So, and then we get this bit, which is about the Machine Sentinel to Nimrod progression. If you want to pause and read that. And then just the final bit there. And we also, so this goes in conjunction with Power X, which the first part of Power of X has been in the future. So we saw how that kind of linked to the past. And so it kind of runs through that. Once again, please feel free to pause. And there we go. So on to the next part of the issue. Oh, no, not yet. It's Project Achilles. Cool, that's horrible. I get funny around that part of the body. Feels like a very bit that could be very painful in the wrong hand. So pretty much in this weird court thing, there is one person here, and he tries to rule out judge, and basically they said that the laws change, and pretty much your client's under the new 12 strike rule, which is interesting. And it's Sabretooth who got captured. I think in the first issue he says, you know, "I'm guilty, etc., and I'm not going to be judged by you. Let's just get on with it, and no prisons ever escape me." And I think they had other designs for this, for Sabretooth. Anyway, he smells jasmine. So guess who joins the party? Emma Frost. Now this is an interesting development. The Cuckoos, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, in my head that's what it sounds like, call her mum. That's interesting. Have they gone over, you know, there was a whole sort of, not 10 years in comic world, but in real comic reading world, there was like 10 years where they kind of really didn't like Emma Frost. So that bridge has been built. And she also pretty much says that we are our own nation, and anything that happens on American soil, we have diplomatic immunity. Which is interesting, because this is kind of irritating for me, because this is what kind of Scott Summers was saying to the world, to everybody, that we're our own people, we're going to judge our own people, we're going to manage our own people. That's what he was saying to the Avengers back then, when Avengers versus X-Men happened. And pretty much what pees me off is all the X-Men seem to be on board with this new Professor Xavier leading this way, and saying we're our own nation, we're going to judge ourselves, we're going to manage ourselves. But then they completely kind of turn on Scott at one point. And I know there's lots of reasons for that, but it kind of felt like, what on earth? Oh, it grinds me up. It almost feels like Professor Xavier's come back and is condescending Scott, and he's the solution, when they could have been in this position a lot sooner. So anyway, they have a whole little discussion. It's pretty much, put your gun down, pretend you tried to stop us, but we're walking out of here. And you best get used to it. It's Brave New World. Okay, and this is the Omega Cycle. So pretty much here is the assault on the Mother Mold, which can create master molds, which is explained here. And they're talking about that it's not ready to overcome, I guess it's programs that mutants are humans, but they think that they will be there at some point. Meanwhile, the team explained that that the X-Men are on their way, and how they cleverly slotted around a planet. Classic sci-fi stuff, as far as I'm concerned. Watch Star Trek, watch anything, it happens quite often. So they are on high alert, and pretty much they couldn't stop the Shi'ar craft even if they wanted to, but they've requested some Sentinels to come in, but they're going to come in far too late, unfortunately. So they just have to get in a bit of a fist fight. So first up is Kurt. He's going to do recon. So he teleports into the base and discovers Karima, the Omega Sentinel, and she's chosen her side. And pretty much the rest of the team are setting up, and they realize that this is a weird play for them to send him in, but then they discover that they already know the plans to the base. They've planned it to a T. They are coming in hot, so pretty much it is, we've got to do something different or we're going to lose this base. Something unexpected, because they've already planned for every contingency. So pretty fast. Second part of the issue, kaboom, fantastic. This is the sort of stuff that I love, and I'm Jonathan Hickman, absolutely stunning. Even though I was slagging off some of his stuff earlier in the issue, saying that I was quite annoyed about certain elements of it, but what a finish with this assault. Sensational. For you to die, you would have to be forgotten. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention this earlier. So they talk about Cyclops being a founder of the X-Men, because he's one of the original X-Men with Xavier, etc. He's been there from the beginning, and even if he dies, you're going to be remembered forever, especially for something like this. And we get some stuff at the bit, and this is the whole, it always reminds me of Lost, and I say this every time I look at this issue. And this is the reading issue. Look, so far. So we got House of X 4 coming up. I may be a bit delayed because it's part of my subscription now. Stupid me, I should have just ordered it. So it may be a couple weeks before I get to share that with you. So apologies, but I know there are plenty of other YouTubers that are way ahead of the game. They've probably shown those issue 4 already or talked about it, etc. So yeah, so pretty cool issue. Dug some of it, didn't dig some of it, but you know, I'm enjoying House of X. So like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, my page is SmurredP. Follow me on Twitter at SmurredP. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm there. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Goodbye.